All right, so let's look at how to do a pick two or three multiple choice question. Let's look at how to do a pick two or three from a list. So this is what this question looks like. Like here it says, which two of these points are made by the writer of the text about the Odyssey and the Iliad? So these are questions 33 and 34, so you can see that this is coming from reading passage number 3. All right, and we have 5 choices, A, B, C, D, E, and we have to pick which two of these points are made by the writer of the text about the Odyssey and the Iliad. So you have to be able to go back to the text and read what the text says about the Odyssey and the Iliad. Now, these answer choices, A, B, C, D, and E, they may not all be found in the same paragraph. This information may not be found in the same paragraph, and in fact, you may only be able to find the information for the correct answer choices. For some of the answer choices, like for A or B, when you look at the passage, that information might not even exist. All right, so this question is really, really tricky, really tricky, and for a lot of students is really, really difficult. And that's why for most students, I really recommend that when you're doing the pick 2 or 3 multiple choice question, that you really kind of save it for last. Save it for last and maybe do it last, because it's very difficult and you don't want to waste a lot of time doing this question. All right, now what you want to do, let's say for example you're doing the IELTS exam and you're on reading passage number 3, and then you're looking at reading passage number 3 and you're looking at the kind of questions you have to do, and you have a multiple choice question, you have a pick 2 or 3 from a list question, and you have a fill the blank question. Well, what you want to do, and this is what we're looking at, I'm explaining for steps 2 and 3 now. You want to be able to do the multiple choice question and do the fill the blank question first, because they go in order. And so you want to do those first. However, as it says in number 2, you want to be able to circle the keywords in the pick 2 or 3 from a list question. So, for example, let me give you an example. Like when I'm looking at A, B, C, D, and E, I'm going to look before I go on and do the multiple choice question and do the fill the blank question. I'm going to look at the answer choices here. Historically inaccurate. I'm going to circle those words. Uncertain, the century they're written in. Very similar content. Ideal examples of writing. Stylistic differences between them. I'm gonna circle and look at those keywords, because as I'm doing my multiple choice question and doing my fill the blank question, I'm going to keep that information in mind when I'm doing those questions, because then maybe when I get to do number 33 and 34, it's going to be much easier to do. It's going to be a much easier question to be able to do. All right, and so what you want to do is, after you have done that, you've circled the keywords in the answer choices and the keywords in the question for the pick 2 or 3 from the list. Then you go ahead and you do the multiple choice and the fill the blank question. That's going to give you an opportunity to look at all the passage and get a good idea and be able to have a good idea of the passage. Then when you come back to the pick 2 or 3 from a list question, it should be easier for you to be able to locate, or maybe you already will know, which are the 2 things that the person said, or which are the 3 things that the person said. And also, in terms of step 5, keep in mind that the information that they have in the passage, they may use synonym language in the correct answer choices. So that's something else that can make this question a challenge or make it difficult to do. Okay, so that's our basic strategy for the pick 2 or 3 from a list question, and I will try to do an example of it so you can get an idea of kind of how this particular question is done. Okay, so thanks a lot, and I will talk to you soon.